Hello everyone, this is Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So, here we are, end of the season, and as expected, we didn't make tier 38. The main problem is just our offense is not solid enough. It's a really goofball strategy, so... it was a pretty good team though, just before we start the replay shenanigans. The carry this week, I'll just trying out how Marianne would do on offense as a bonus. That's not her Ether Raids set, but the whole point was with her weapon, my entire team is cav and flying units, so very simple to proc her weapon for the auto follow-up. But some particular matchups like Thracier and whatnot, very difficult for Marianne just because her base speed is not amazing. And Thracier's weapon nullifies her auto follow-up attack as long as she's within 3 spaces of an ally, which is pretty common in Ether Raid's defense. So lots of bad news bears this season, not too great. So without further ado, let's get started with the replays. And well, it should not be much of a surprise that we're not running Duo's Hindrance, so naturally people are going to spam out their Duo and Harmonized units. And I don't know what to say, that's all I gotta say.
The two of us together, of course.
Some people just manage to do things. We'll just leave it at that. But this layout is super garbage. So, I'm still thinking about what to do exactly for Anima season, because there's a lot of things to consider, but at the end of the day, we're just basically having an arbitrary random placeholder defense. In the meantime, while I decide what to actually do, because I kind of feel like doing some infantry pulse meme again, similar to Dark Season, but I don't really have any of the mythics I would need to do that, so yeah. But here Altina just has enough attack with dual Peony support and whatnot to pick up the kill, so on Ellawood. So they're just chilling at this point. And double Regan, of course, super nice for the Kanto shenanigans. A lot of matchups on offense, I kind of wish that I could have 2 Regans. But of course the trade-off with 2 Regans is when you're like me and only have 1 offense team, you probably need to make sure that kind of a team is good, and double Regan is nice, but it's not the greatest for some particular matchups. We'll just leave it at that. But here we go again with more shenanigans and Churn the sequel. So pretty standard, lots of distant guards I see here. Pretty lightly merged units. Looks like they're just gonna go ahead and hit end turn here, which seems relatively fine. Until you realize, Edelgard barely one-shotting Legendary Julia. Things could have gone really south if that didn't happen, if she didn't kill there. That just means Legendary Julia needs more bulk kappa. Let's see here. Alright, Shamir is going to attack Edelgard, because obviously there is absolutely nothing stopping her from doing so. And Shamir takes out Brave Edelgard because she couldn't counter the first 2 shots, so it's rampage time. And the thing with Shamir though is her entire base kit basically wants her to be not adjacent to allies, but a lot of the time she's adjacent to allies, so it's not great. hear Duma doing Duma things. Honestly though, if Duma could actually double Brave Hector by actually having some speed, he might actually someday be able to like straight up take out Brave Hectors in one round who aren't like healing a ton with soul or whatever, but yeah, we're not there yet. Not even close. So we'll be back. Here we have another pretty typical team. Bonus unit, dancer, some armor unit, dual Lin, good old shenanigans. Except Regan isn't fully built. Interesting maneuver. But Duma and Catapult doing their job this season. Lots of structures broken this season. It's like Duelin's going in after Shamir. Because Shamir does pack a punch, even though she's completely unmerged. And looks like they're gonna take out Duma. Interesting. Maybe I should run Deflect Missile on Duma for the memes, Kappa. You're only doing 57 damage to this particular one though, so that's not great. And well, they decide to hit end turn here with Marianne. Maybe I should run Rally on Elwood again? I don't know. But unfortunately for them, Marianne is going to get one round KO'd by Legendary Julia here, thanks to Iceberg. And Elwood can come to town, attack. But yeah, maybe Rally would be fine. Of course, as we'll see in a lot of these replays, people just have Bright Fjorms, so the entire meme layout is just garbage because you can isolate Elwood and Olivia, so if I did give Elwood a rally, it really wouldn't change much for those matchups. But moving on. And, well, no surprise here, we have the pretty much usual shenanigans. But again, you can see a lot of people have Bolt Tower on column 3 and column 4. Kinda surprised I didn't see more column 5 Bolt Towers this week, but I guess. 3 and 4 is just very standard. So here, well, naturally people are just gonna hit end turn. And Brave Ike's actually unable to kill Legendary Julia here. And unfortunately Olivia does too much damage, so naturally she's going to just potato and dance there. But Elwood, thanks to Mr. Duma, is able to pick up the kill on Naga here. So that's a kill for us, we'll take it. Duma doing his pivot things. But yeah, the defense doesn't actually do very much. So it's just going to be easy pickings at this point, but really, a lot of these people should not be dropping single or 1 or 2 units against my defense, because I'm not even using Duo's hindrance. I'm not like at least making them need to think like 2 seconds as to how to say take out the Duo or Harmonize Hero or the Duo's hindrance. It's just a bunch of units slapped together on a defense, and they kind of do stuff, but not really. Yeah, Legendary Julia definitely. I think the main reason why she's solid on defense for me is because she comes with impact, so I don't have to inherit impact from anyone. And she has Land Dark, which really does cripple a lot of units. Here, it looks like they're just going to skip out on the ether structure here. Not entirely sure why they needed to do that, but I guess. And well, this looks like another classic end turn shenanigan with Fallen Leon. Kaya is more player phase based, and I've been thinking about trying Gale Force on Regan. instead of, as we like to call it, senior shell. Uh, but I don't know. It's her unique special's been useful for shenanigans, for like picking up one shots or even just one round KOs against terrible matchups. So I don't know, but Gale Force would be quite a bit more useful for the reason that on top of Kanto you could get an extra movement, just an extra action I should say. Because sometimes I would want Kanto to proc multiple times per turn, but obviously that's not going to happen. But here, super simple AI, nothing mind-blowing here. Because Duma has pivot, so it's a pretty clear what's going to happen there. But at this point, they're easily just going to be able to clean up at this point, I would imagine. Haven't watched this replay yet. That looks like they're going to hit end turn here. Pretty standard stuff. And well, Legendary Julia doubling Fallen Leon, and gosh dang, even if Leon doubled, he still doesn't kill. What happens when you have too much res, Capo? Yeah, not too bad damage from Legendary Julia considering she's blue, but I guess Duma doing Duma things. Ah yes, when Duma actually gets to do something other than break someone's structure. But yeah, honestly, like, as a defense mythic, Duma's main purpose is just to snipe down someone's structure. He basically should never get to actually attack unless you have a really fun setup. But looks like they cheese out here and get the exact one-shot on Legendary Julia. Which is unfortunate for us, but it really doesn't matter. At this point, I guess they're trying to grab the ether structures or something? I don't know. There's not really a great way to do it there. Because, Fallen Leon probably doesn't want to get hit by Mirabilis with 21 HP, you know? So, yep. Oh man, that was with TA too. Yeah, Legendary Julia's attack's not too bad, I guess. Then again, he's getting hit by Dark Shrines, so yeah, at the end of the day, it kind of balances out. But that's interesting. And well, what's a defense replays video without more end turn? So pretty heavily merged shenanigans here, you know, just double +10 armors. And it looks like they're just gonna hit end turn here. Now, I don't know about you, but let's just have the end turn happen here. So looking at Sothis here, you know, she's a bit debuffed, and then there's Legendary Julia here with her stats. And then we have Olivia here. I don't know if they calced this out, if they did, props to them. Because this is pretty rigged. So, of course, with Mirror Impact and Light and Dark, Sothis has to attack into Julia's res, which is pretty decently high.
Consider this a gift.
So, they plop Legendary Julia into Wings of Mercy range. And it just so happens that Olivia happens to do exactly 5 damage here.
I bestow this blessing.
So, you can imagine what would have happened if, you can imagine what would have happened if Julia, or Olivia didn't do 5 damage, because she would dance Julia, and there's a couple juicy targets in the back. So yeah, unfortunate for us. So that's how things go, but we still pick up a kill, because super linear Elwood shenanigans, it's not mind-blowing, but it gets the job done.
Consider this a gift.
But Sirius healing up Sothis back to full, and they're Looks like they're struggling to take out Elwood. Naga doing 14 times 2 in Naga fashion. But yeah, seriously, Naga's attack stat is not great, to say the least. And for my offense team, she can't even get an attack buff unless I do something like...
You can do it!
Unless I do something like... What is it? Use Windfire Balm Plus. I was trying to remember the name of Brave Veronica special. Or like Lee Scalf's attack to buff or whatever. But here, of course, Duma's just going to potato into Athun. No surprise there. I would not expect him to do too much damage, but he still does 13, which is better than 0 Kappa. And, yep, at this point,
I bestow this blessing.
good old Sirius to heal back to full. And, of course, the thing about Shamir's weapon is that it kind of requires the foe's HP to be greater than or equal to 80% at the start of combat for the no counterattack thing, and well, Athun is less than 80%, so
Nothing personal.
Shamir is going to do a little bit of damage, but just a big heal with Ether, and there we go. They didn't grab either of the Ether structures, but maybe they didn't need it. So moving on to the next replay. And well, we have more dual ins, more end turn, more everything. Yeah. I think conceptually my best bet to win more on defense is probably just the meme shenanigans, not gonna lie. Because, like, we could use duo's hindrance, but
Hate me all you want.
I don't know. To say the least, I don't know. And well, again, Olivia does exactly 5 damage. I don't know how this is... I don't know how rigged my replays are, but they're pretty rigged, not gonna lie. So because of that, again, I have no idea if they calced it out. They did, props to them, but chances are they probably didn't. Not very many people actually calc stuff like this out. It's just going to forever be a meme. But like here, for example, this Regan would be using Gale Force. She can't one-shot Duma, so I don't know.
Lynn, you're a wonder.
Of course, now they can use Dual Lin to go ahead, pick up the kill on Elwood, and then go pick up the kill on Legendary Julia before she goes murdering someone.
Courage, Lorena. Go for it.
But yep,
This is it.
pretty standard, but this is one of those replays where if things went slightly differently, the result would have been a bit different, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. But at this point, the match is definitely over because there's absolutely no way you could possibly goof, am I right? Because, well, it would take a lot to, take a lot to goof a unit here, and Altina quadding is even more jank. That's what happens when she's max merged and has a little speed buff, I guess. 10 out of 10. Anyways, moving on. And well, we have another case of end turn. What's new? This team does not really have any countered advantage, and especially except like maybe Shamir, except for the fact that there's ways you can just bait with the Vantage unit and not have to deal with that. Because again, survival as bow requires the foe's HP to be above 80%. So if you're in Vantage range, you're kind of you're kind of already below that. I don't know what to say about that.
You're very dapper, South.
Very dapper indeed. So they go for this play, which was quite interesting to say the least, not gonna lie. I don't know why they're baiting so far away. But you know, you have Plumeria here, you got your Dominance and Marianne. I'm not sure why they baited Marianne there. But Marianne unable to kill Legendary Julia, of course, because of impact again, no surprise there. And again, Olivia Potatoes. That's been like the theme this week, Olivia attacking. Of course, Shamir is not going to get an attack in. But Altina is short by one attack to take out Elwood because of Blazing Durandal, and she actually picks up a kill, which is an actual meme. Because if they just, you know, activated the... Well, actually, they didn't have dominance on Elwood, but I think... Huh, now that I think about it, if they baited further up, where Elwood was in range, would they have been okay? I don't know. That's something I guess I'll look into later if I'm curious enough about it. But at this point, Legendary Julia has her special ready, so obviously Marianne is not going to have a great time. And I mean, it's good old Duma shenanigans. Duma not being able to one-shot here, doesn't look like it. Actually, it might be, very close to a one-shot, but not quite. Because 30% damage reduction helps Regan a ton. If she didn't have it, she would unironically be a much worse Astra Mythic on offense. Just because she wouldn't be able to survive counters, because one-shotting, she can do it, but it's not really her strong suit. She mostly benefits from doubling because she is pretty fast. But anyways, on to the next replay. And well, if there's no Duo's Hindrance, why not bring 2 dual limbs? Again, it should be no surprise. I'm kind of confused why during Dark Season, people really sabotage themselves against my defense. When I'm not running Duo's Hindrance at all, it's just a bunch of units plopped together. So I'm not sure why people have such a hard time against the defense, going deathless at least. It's like beating my defense with like a unit loss or whatever. Should be pretty straightforward for the most part, because the main gimmick of the defense is trying to goofball and somehow keep a unit around, or somehow kill a unit to reduce my lift loss a bit. But as you can see with Bride Fiorm, they can just go ahead and take out Duma and Julia and not worry about anything here. Yeah, that's pretty much why Olivia needs more HP, so stuff like this can't happen. Because for example, if I was running HP seal on Fiorm, there's no way for them to heal up her HP, as far as I know. Yeah, so if they didn't go in turn 1, they wouldn't be able to get the isolation, and then as a result, they can't make this play. And this is because Elwood would get danced. So maybe I should run not chill attack and just run HP seal. I guess I'll give that a try. It doesn't... My Anima defense is definitely the weaker between the two of my defenses. This defense is just a meme. Very simple defense, nothing mind-blowing. If you have this stuff, you're fine. And if you don't have this stuff, well, good luck. That's basically any defense you're facing in a nutshell. If you don't have the stuff, well, good luck. And, well, good old Legendary Lilina, because it is fire season, pretty decently merged. Pretty well merged mythics as well. So, looks like they're probably running Barrier Blade on Altina for creeping Dark Shrine, I would imagine. But for other teams, this particular team This particular team, I don't think you need to creep Dark Shrine for anyone here. But with Disarm Trap, they can just go ahead and snipe down Legendary Julia, of course. And Lilna can go in and attack. And she's safe from like any sorts of vantage or whatnot because Studied for Blaze does come with Hardy Bearing, which is super nice. And well, now that Duma is... Yeah, Duma's not quite one-shotting this Dual Lens, so definitely have to put in some work if we want him to pseudo-troll Dual Lens, because I'm gonna be real, it wouldn't actually matter if Duma could survive Dual Lens, because that's not the problem.
Think you can beat us? Think again.
But they can use Duo skill here to pick up the kill on Elwood, and like usual, Mirror Bliss is the last unit. So, classic. Yeah, not much to say here. Pretty strong scoring team. I wonder... No, I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe doing a meme AI thing. Probably not a good idea in defense, but if we're going to goofball, we might as well, am I right? So I'll think about it, but I think the next replay is going to be our last replay for the week. And here we have ourselves more Enchurn, the sequel. We got a nice catapult placement to snipe down our shrines. So, not too surprising though, because catapult tends to either be placed in column 1 or 6 when it's high level. So, not too much of a surprise there. Just getting set up here, we snipe down their healing tower and bolt tower, which is pretty useful here. And they go ahead and hit Enchurn here, with everyone in range of both save skills. So Legendary Julia is going to do a little bit of damage here, but Brave Hector of course can attack twice and pick up the kill, heal a bit. And here Gustav is just going to do a lot of tanking, thanks to Flame shenanigans. But Gustav has to face Elwood yet again. And he's not doing a lot of damage, as you can see. So now that Elwood has proc Gale Force, Elwood, well, gets to attack yet again. But he still doesn't kill because it's Elwood, what's new? Able to take out Elwood with Regan, so he can stop pestering Gustav. That's pretty meme. Thanks to Naga shenanigans, Pumeri is able to one-shot Duma here. And they heal up Gustav here. Let's see. Brave Hector is below 80%. But he gets one shot by Shamir, so ripperonis. And now that the far save is gone, we get to Rampage. And that's pretty much the deal with using one of the save offense strat, is if you win, you probably win harder, and if you lose, well, you're probably going to lose harder because your units are probably all clustered together. So yeah, this team could have definitely used more buffing shenanigans, I would think. But with that bolt trap, set to surrender here because, well, Regan is not particularly great at face tanking hits, so, and like Naga's at 1 HP, she's not tanking a hit. But yeah, with that's our week of shenanigans on defense. So technically speaking, if we had a near perfect offense, we still would have made tier 38. But the fact we don't have Plumeria means every unit we lose is losing more lift, basically. Like, it's like 30 lift for the first loss, 60 if it's a double match or whatever. It really adds up, so I wasn't expecting to make tier 38, and we didn't. But we of course easily clinched that because our max lift loss is 50 a match. But yeah, we might make top 6k here, probably, maybe, we'll see. That'll be fine by me. Was not expecting to do too well anyways. But Marianne did super solid compared to like Legendary Julia. Because the main difference between Marianne and Legendary Julia is Marianne can get a guaranteed follow-up attack. And for Legendary Julia, that's really when, with all the stat inflation and whatnot, it's not trivial to one-shot units for sure. But here's just the usual shenanigans. Good old top 1k, Legion's battles. Had to do Arena a little bit seriously. Couldn't just do random matches because we didn't luck sack on the matchmaker. But it's good old usual, we just got some defense wins and Arena assault. Not a terrible score, but bottom half of top 1k shenanigans. So there's that. And I guess while we're here, Mjolnir Strike is going on, and it's Anima Major. And you can see we are 2 points shy from staying, I believe. So that's a bit unfortunate. I don't think I can dig out 2 more points. I'll see if I can, and if I can do so, I might consider it. I still have a day to decide if I have that if I want to do it. But I think if we could do it, it probably involves giving Legendary Julia a dual rally plus, and I don't think I have any better scoring units, so if that doesn't do it, I don't think we can stay. But it's not a big deal if we drop at the end of the day. It would be nice if we could stay, because then light major rolls around and then we can stay again, but it doesn't matter too much at the end of the day. But anyways, we'll be back when the results drop in. Alright, we're top 6k, we'll take it. Yeah, we'll see what our defense layout, meme layout does. Not expecting much, but let's see. I guess I'm switching up stuff, so from here on out I'm going to be trying to only use 3 structures on offense. We'll see how that goes. I think we probably just use Panic Manor. If people want to panic themselves with like Unity and get more stats, they're free to do so, but I think we'll just plop it here like we used to and call it a day. Obviously we're gonna kick out Julia, it's not Earth season, probably just put in Chrom again with Deadeye and Sothis is bonus, so we can kick out this Bramamon for Sothis, and we'll probably be going for, we could do Instant Miracle. Wait, can we do Instant Miracle? No, we can't do that. We can only get 4 charges. No, we can get 5 charges if we run Quick and Pulse Seal. So that's up to me. We'll see. I do randomly have Distant Defense 4 on Sothis for scoring and Mjolnir Strike because I didn't really feel like giving her anything actually useful. But I guess coincidentally, it totally might help her not get one shot by a dual Lin, so she could maybe survive a shot, but she's not going to kill on the counter, so it doesn't matter. She's just going to get absolutely obliterated by dual Lin regardless. We would have to like tech deflect missile as well, but yeah, that's probably not happening. We'll leave it on Seliph and see what he does this week. But yep, pretty standard stuff here. And yeah, it turns out that my Mjolnir Strike team, this is, again, we're 2 points short, and our team is actually at the borderline of 850 if we just change like say an assist to something that has 100 less SP, we drop down to 848. So there's definitely no way we're staying this week or this season. Not the end of the world. We're going to be preparing for our comeback in June, Kappa. We'll see what happens then. The plan is we're going for Plumeria. She's currently focused with Lift, which is not ideal, but we'll see what happens up till then. I don't think there's going to be any upcoming banners. Maybe something will happen during Golden Week that will give me an incentive to burn some orbs elsewhere, but until then, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye!